is Michelle. Welcome to my podcast. This is the first of hopefully many. We'll see how it goes. I live in Copenhagen with my husband Sean and my little 5-month-old son William. You can find me on my website zhelles.dk, and you can find me on Instagram under the username Zhellen. I decided to start this podcast, well, because I'm on maternity leave. I have been watching quite a few podcasts and I thought it could be quite fun to do my own. I also just bought a new computer, so I figured I might as well use the good camera on it and see if I could do this. I would like to show the works in progress I have, both of crochet and cross stitch, and at some point some more knitting. I've so far knitted 2 things, a shawlette and a scarf. So I'm very new into knitting, but I'd like to dabble some more into that. I would also like to expand my blog. I've had my blog for quite a few years, but it's sort of been on and off, and I used to be happy with the design of it, and it could use an update, to be honest. And I would also like to have, I used to have an Etsy shop, but it's sort of, I started the web shop on Etsy just before the whole, there's going to be VAT taxes on electronic things within the European Union, and Etsy didn't really figure out how that was going to be done, so I just decided to close my shop quite quickly. Actually, I didn't have it open for that long, so I didn't really have any sales. So I've decided to sort of go in and have a look at my patterns, the ones I made, and I'm gonna update them and I'm gonna put them on the blog for free when I've done that. But I'm gonna let you know when that is done. That is still just in my mind, a thought that I want to do. So I would like to have some free patterns on the blog. I would like to have the podcast and then the blog, and then see where everything goes. The first thing I would like to show you is the crochet works that I have in progress at the moment. And the very first thing I'd like to show you is my shawl. It's so pretty. I actually worked a bit on this last night. Just see if I can get it out. So this is what it looks like. I am on the 3rd repeat. This is the Secret Path shawl by, I think it's pronounced Mio Crochet, a Swedish crochet designer. And it's the yarn I'm using is Infinity Hearts as a layer, which is a color changing yarn, and it goes from the yellow one there, and then it's going to be all the way into red. So hopefully it's going to look like some sort of like a sunset or sunrise or something like that when I'm done with it. When I originally purchased the yarn, my camera decided to cut off. I have no idea why. So, but yes, when I saw this at a fair, and it was looking really, really nice, and I got the pattern, got the yarn as well, of course. And then when I decided now it's time to start it, I looked at the pattern, and it's a free pattern, so so I don't mind actually saying it, but it was just double crochet rows all the way from the point to the top, and I just thought, I'm gonna be bored with that within the first 10 rows. I will have had enough. So, and I've had a look at Mio Crochet's patterns for a while, so I thought, let's try one of those. So yeah, I decided to do that. So yeah, this is the Secret Paths, and so far I am really loving it. I'm not sure how far it's actually going to how big it's going to be. But there's still quite a bit of yarn left. You can see this is just gonna take my crochet hook out, and I have a toilet roll in it to keep it sort of from falling together, because I've started on the inside of it. But you can see I have quite a bit left still, and this is quite a nice red that it's gonna end up with. But yeah, I'm not sure how much there's left. I weigh it after each round, and I'm still on the last bit of the third round, which is the popcorn that I've started here. I started that round last night, well, yesterday afternoon, and then I did it, and then I realised I'd made a mistake in the previous round and had to unpick everything to do it again. So I just got back to where I ended up. So yeah, so this is the first work in progress that I'm quite excited about it, because I think it's going to be really beautiful. And I have so much yarn. I really need to do some of it. I'm also on Ravelry, and in there you can see my stash. And there's quite a bit. There's over 200 entries. So yeah, so I have quite a few things, and I would like to actually do some of it. So that was one of them. Something else I'd like to show you is something from Little Box of Crochet. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Little Box of Crochet, but it's a Little Box of Crochet that comes every month. Well, soon it's going to be every other month. But so far it's been every month, and they look like that. Amanda Bloom's Little Box of Crochet. So the one I'd like to show you. It's a Tunisian crochet pouch that I thought was quite cute, and you can see it looks like that. It's all rainbowy and pretty. I don't know if you can see you can see it looks really nice with the stitch definition there. And I wanted to try a Tunisian crochet for a while, so I figured, you know, this was going to be a really good opportunity to actually try it. I have a few Tunisian crochet hooks, because I got them in Simply Crochet magazine, but I've never actually used them. And this one I could do with just a normal crochet hook that came with the box, which was really cool. So it's going to be a little pouch. One end has been stitched together. The other end I'm in the middle of. You can see here. I've already blocked it, so it didn't curl so much. I say, and then this curls. But it looks like that, and that's the handle that's going to be attached like that. But I'm really happy with it. I love that it's so colourful. So I thought this was my most colourful crochet. That was the washing machine that just started, so I had to cut. Yeah, I thought this was my most colourful crochet piece. It's not. This is my most colourful crochet piece. But this is the second one, and it's so rainbowy and pretty. So I'm very, very, very happy with that. Also in this project there's going to be, I'm going to stitch on a zipper, which I'm quite excited about, because I've never done that before with crochet. So yeah, I'm going to try that, see how that goes. So yeah, I'd like to show you this. Yeah, in general, Little Box of Crochet, that I have actually subscribed to that for about a year now. I think the first box I got was, I think it was the April box last year, and it was because it was a teacup, and I had to make the teacup. I'm in the middle of making the teacup, and this is a year ago, and it's quite cute. It looks like that. You can see, so it's a little cute cup. I'm not sure about my tension. I think I've crocheted this a little too tightly, because this looks, you know, it looks good, and I'm happy with it, but it looks like it's a bit tighter crocheted than the pictures they have. On the pictures, this is the project book that comes with it. You can see it looks like that. So you can see here, sort of very straight edge, and mine is a very, well, there's a bend there. So I think I've crocheted a bit tightly. Also, I'm in the middle of doing the, and this is the reason why I stopped, because I am in the middle of doing the saucer. And it's just bendy, and yeah, it's quite tight. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up half a crochet hook, half a hook in size. So I need to basically unpick all of this and do it again. And yeah, you know, there's so many other fun things to do. So yeah, I haven't gotten around to do that just yet. But yeah, I have, you know, I've subscribed to the little Box of Crochet for about a year. I might be stopping it soon, depending on what happens with Brexit, because right now we're both within the European Union. I'm in Denmark and they're obviously in the UK. But if they go out of, if the Brexit no deal happens, then I'm going to pay, on top of what I already pay, I'm going to pay 25% extra on top in VAT every single time I receive a box. I'm not interested in doing that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's going to be a deal. Otherwise, I will have to stop my subscription. To be fair, I have quite a few bucks that I haven't actually done yet. So, you know, then that will give me an opportunity to do those. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I am quite happy with the little projects. And now they're going to do... well, it's only going to have, as I mentioned before, they're only going to have like every other month. They're going to do a box. It's going to be a bit bigger box. And the projects that are in the small box are really cute, but the bigger box is going to be like a lot more, I wouldn't say usable items. They mentioned scarves and mittens and things like that, that I think could be good, because I love my little teacup because it's cute, and my little pouch I can use, but there's a few of the things that have come in the boxes that I'm just not really going to be using. So hopefully that's going to change, so we'll see. I'm looking very much forward to it. As far as I know, there's going to be the April box, which should be sent out quite soon. Well, it's the 12th today, so that's going to be sent out at the end of the month, and then the next box is going to be the bigger box in June, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be really good. But that's the crochet projects I would like to show you this time. Then I do cross stitch as well, so I'd like to show you some of those. The first one I'm going to show you is one called Ravenclaw Flowers. That looks like, well, so far it looks like that. There's some flowers going on here. There's a rose and some other flowers. I think that might be a lily. What this does is actually, it's Ravenclaw, it's Harry Potter themed. It's actually going to outline an eagle. So there's going to be an eagle in sort of relief, where you can just see the outline of the raven, of the eagle in here, and then there's going to be flowers all around it, and I think that's going to be really awesome. I really loved it when I saw it on Etsy, and then when I started stitching it, I sort of fell a bit out of love with it, because I thought that the flowers are a bit, I'm just going to attach this, undefined somehow. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to finish it because I bought all the stuff for it, so I'm going to finish it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with that one. But yeah, that's the first work I would like to show you. Then I would like to show you, it's a kit by Vaco, I don't know, Italian brand called Summer Stamp. It's so pretty, and I bought this quite a while ago actually, but then I decided to start stitching it quite recently, and I'm going to show you the progress I've made on that one. You can see this is what I made so far on it. I think it's really, really pretty, and it's sort of a bit watercolory, at least this bit of it. So this is the stamp itself, and I've finished the whole stamp part, and you see this is sort of the edge of the stamp, funny enough. And then there's gonna be flowers, and there's gonna be some dragonflies, and it's gonna be really pretty. See. And this one, over here, the summer one, they actually have, I think it's like 8 different ways of spelling summer. I'm not sure if I should do the Danish version or the English version yet, but get to that when I get to the back stitching. But yeah, this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. This is what it looks like right now. I think it looks really, really good so far. I'm very happy with it. So that was the second embroidery work in progress. Third one I want to show you is something that I have been doing for years. I think the pattern came out in 2015 or 2016 as a stitch along, and I decided to do the stitch along. The first part came out on my birthday that year, so I decided to do it and to follow up to stitch along. And then I don't know what happened. Life happened, and some of the project I was a bit annoyed with and stuff, so it's still going. It is the Christmas town. So yes, this is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, A Very Merry Christmas Town. And as you can see, I'm not sure if the light catches it. Yeah, it does. There we go. It's shimmery and pretty. And I've sort of fallen back in love with it. The reason why I fell out of love with it was, for example, these ones where you had to do, and these ones here was sort of like confetti like, but it was like, it was so far between the colors, and that I don't know, it annoyed me somehow. But yeah, I've fallen back in love with it because it's so pretty and sparkly. And there's golden thread in there, and I've done this bit of gold thread. I think that's the first bit, and I have been so nervous stitching with the metallic thread. So yeah, so this is that's also one of the reasons why it sort of didn't happen. But yeah, I have sort of fallen back in love with it, and the reasons why I have is because I'm in this group on Facebook called School of Magical Stitches and Literature, where we get challenges within cross stitch and within reading. And the school part is because it's based on Harry Potter and Hogwarts, and we get house points for the homework we finishes and things like that. And because of the challenges, I have been working on this one. When I first joined, that was back in December last year, and it's going to go for all of this year, 2019. And I thought that we were just going to have like Harry Potter themed cross stitches and stuff, and that's why I got the Ravenclaw one. But it turned out that we're actually doing all sorts of stitching. So I felt, I could cross stitch on things that I've sort of neglected. But it could also start new things like the summer stamp, and it actually turned out that I've sort of fallen back in love with the Christmas town. So hopefully, I am going to finish it so it can come up on the wall for Christmas. We'll see. And the thing that actually both started and finished because of the School of Magical Stitches and Literature is this little fellow from Heritage Craft. It's a chickadee by Valerie Pfeiffer. It's so cute. And I both started and finished this year. Look how cute it is. I think it's absolutely adorable. And it needs a little wash and a lot of ironing, and then a little frame, and then that can go up. I think it's going to go up in the wall. We'll see. But I thought it was so cute. So yeah, I both started and finished that. So I actually have a finish because of it. As I said in the very beginning, I would like to try knitting again. Well, I have knitted a very little bit, and now I have my little son, and I figured I'd like to knit for him, you know, sweaters and stuff like that. So I got this book. It's a Danish book with a children's knit from 1 to 10 years old, and it's supposed to be easy to go to. We'll see. But the one I am looking to that I want to make, it's gonna be knit on 6mm and 8mm needles. So I'm hoping that that's gonna help with the sort of see progress. But it's called the Wally sweater, and it looks like that. Just gonna see. There we go. I think it's really cute, and it's you know, it's in size from size 1 year, which means that hopefully my son can finish it, can wear it this winter if I make it. But I need to get the yarn for this one is from We Are Knitters, called the Petite Wool, so I need to get that. I also need to get some knitting needles, size 8. I have size 6 but not size 8, so I hope that I can borrow them from my auntie. We'll see about that. But yes, that is what I would like to, that's the things I would like to show you this time. I hope that I'm going to be, that this is going to work and I can figure out how to do the editing and put it on YouTube and all of that. So yeah, I am going to put the projects I mentioned and the yarn and stuff I mentioned, I'm going to put in on the blog in a podcast note. So you can have a look if you're interested in that. I'm going to put the link to the blog down in the description. As I said, this is my first podcast, so I'll figure out how all of this works. But I know that you can write descriptions, so I think I'm going to put it in there. Hit the like button if you liked it, and the subscribe button if you want to follow my journey into podcasting. I hope I'm gonna be seeing you again. I hope this is gonna work, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, bye for now.